Great viewers, you're welcome to Enlighten TV, home of trending news, where we publish news on politics, entertainment, celebrity, and medical news. Today, we are going to present to you Nnamdi Azikiwe's speech on the threat by the North to Secede in 1953. If this is your first time of watching any video in our channel, we urge you to click on the red subscribe button below this video and the bell icon beside it to stay updated. In 1953, when Northern Nigerians were beginning to consider secession from the Nigerian colony that would soon be a nation, Nnamdi Azikiwe gave a speech before the caucus of his political party, the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, NCNC, in Yaba, Nigeria on May 12, 1953. That speech, while not disallowing secession, suggested that there would be grave consequences if the northern region became an independent nation. I have invited you to attend this caucus before I would like you to make clear our stand on the issue of secession. As a party, we would have preferred Nigeria to remain intact, but lest there be doubt as to our willingness to concede to any shade of political opinion the right to determine its policy, I am obliged to issue a solemn warning to those who are goading the North toward secession. If you agree with my views, then I hope that in course of our deliberations tonight, you will endorse them to enable me to publicize them in the press. In my opinion, the Northerners are perfectly entitled to consider whether or not they would secede from the indissoluble union which nature has formed between it and the South. But it would be calamitous to the corporate existence of the North should they clamor for secession prevail. I therefore counsel Northern leaders to weigh the advantages and the disadvantages of secession before embarking upon this dangerous course. As one who was born in the North, I have a deep spiritual attachment to that part of the country, but it would be a capital political blunder if the North should break away from the South. The latter is in a better position to make rapid constitutional advancement, so that if the North should become truncated from the South, it would benefit both Southerners and Northerners who are domiciled in the South more than their kin and need who are domiciled in the North. There are 7 reasons for my holding to this view. Number 1. Secession by the North may lead to internal political convulsion when it is realized that militant nationalists and their organizations like the NLPU, the Artisanist Movement, and the Middle Zone League have aspirations for self-government in 1956, identical with those of the Southern compatriots. It may lead to justifiable demands for the right of self-determination by non-Muslims, who form the majority of the population in the so-called pagan provinces like Benue, Ilorin, Kaba, Niger, and Plateau, not to mention the claims of non-Muslims who are domiciled in Adamawa and Bauchi provinces. It may lead to economic nationalism in the eastern region, which can pursue a policy of blockage of the North by refusing it access to the sea over and under the river Niger, except upon payment of toll. It may lead to economic welfare between the North on the one hand and the Eastern on the regions. On the other hand, should they decide to fix protective tariffs which will make the use of the port of the last and west uneconomic for the North. The North may be rich in mineral resources and certain cash crops, but that is no guarantee that it would be capable of growing sufficient food crops to enable it to feed its teeming millions. Unlike the East and the West, secession may create hardship for Easterners and Westerners who are domiciled in the North, since the price of food crops to be imported into the North from the South is bound to be very high and to cause an increase in the cost of living. Lastly, it will endanger the relations with their neighbors of millions of Northerners who are domiciled in the East and West, and Easterners and Westerners who reside in the North. You may ask me whether there would be a prospect of civil war if the North decide to secede. My answer would be that it is a hypothetical question which only time can answer. In any case, the possible cause of a civil war might be a dispute as to the right of passage of the River Niger, or the right of flight of the territory of the eastern or western region, but such disputes can be settled diplomatically instead of by force. Nevertheless, if civil war should become inevitable at this stage of our progress as a nation, then security consideration must be borne in mind by those who are charged with the responsibility of governance of the North and the South. Military forces and installations are fairly distributed in all the three regions. If that is not the case, any of the regions can obtain military aid from certain interested power. It means that we cannot prelude the possibility of alliance with certain countries. 6. You may ask me to agree that if the British left Nigeria to its fate, the Northerners would continue their uninterrupted march to the sea, as was prophesied 6 years ago. My reply is that such an empty threat is devoid of historical substance, and that so far as I know, the Eastern region has never been subjugated by any indigenous African invader. At the price of being accused of overconfidence, I will risk a prophecy and say that, other things being equal, the Easterners will defend themselves gallantly if and when they are invaded. Let me take this opportunity to warn those who are making a mountain out of the molehill of the constitutional crisis to the more restrained and constructive. The dissemination of lies abroad, the publishing of flamboyant headlines and other sensational plans, and the goading of empty-headed careiers with gaseous ideas about their own importance in tailscream of things in the North is being overdone in certain quarters. I feel that these quarters must be held responsible for any breach between the North and the South, which nature are indissolubly united in a political, social, and economic marriage of convenience. In my personal opinion, there is no sense in the North breaking away or the East or the West breaking away. It would be better if all the regions would address themselves to the task of crystallizing common nationality, irrespective of the intravenous influences at work. What history has joined together, let no man put asunder, but history is a strange mistress which can cause strange things to happen. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end. God bless. I urge you at this point to drop your comments. Let's get to hear from you. Don't fail to hit on the red subscribe button below this video and the bell icon beside it to stay updated. Thank you.